ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, October the 4th. I'm ABC 3340 meteorologist Brian Peters, and let's take a look at the Skycam network. You can only get this network on the ABC 3340 weather. So here's a look at Clanton this morning and a beautiful sunrise. And one of my favorite shots looking out from Mount Cheaha, the highest point in Alabama, as we look out over the restaurant, and we can see a little bit of some fog and mist in the valleys. So just a little bit out there as we're looking out over where Talladega will be held this weekend. Looks like great weather. Got a couple of little fronts being drawn in, but primarily over the eastern half of the country, it's high pressure as we look at the surface map. And in the upper atmosphere, we're beginning to see the pattern flip as the East Coast trough migrates eastward and the ridge off to the west comes over us. That'll keep us dry, at least for the first half of the upcoming week. Temperatures across central Alabama generally in the lower 50s, although we have a few cooler readings like that 46 up at Muscle Shoals this morning, and the 50 which at Fort Payne, which means that a few spots are getting into the 40s. Tropics still fairly active. Remember, hurricane season does not end until the end of November. We've got an area of disturbed weather over the western Caribbean, Cuba, and the Bahamas, and then another one over the Leeward or Windward Islands. Neither of those are showing signs of development right now, but of course they will be watched, and it doesn't look like conditions will be favorable at least for a couple of days. And there's another broad area picture showing you the areas being outlooked. All right, QPF pretty much tells the forecast for the next 4 to 5 days, and that is keeping the next major system off to our west, and that's going to bring some nice rains on the order of around 3 inches or so to Arkansas, southwest Missouri, and Louisiana. And, of course, we could use some of that rain. Storm Prediction Center is out looking for day 2. That would be Sunday, an area for slight risk of severe, primarily in the Texas Panhandle and West Texas. So beginning to show a little bit of action. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run. And this is the 500 millibar pattern for this afternoon. And we can see that ridge to our west beginning to move our way, and that will keep us dry at the surface. Then on Sunday, that trough off to the west is beginning to sharpen up quite nicely. By Monday, it has a very nice trough, and it is over the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle, so it's getting ever so much closer. But still on Monday, we're going to be dry, but now we're also watching a little easterly wave that is back off to the east. I think that probably the ridge will keep that suppressed well to the south. By Tuesday, the trough is now coming into Oklahoma and north central Texas, and then by Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be impinging upon us, but it still keeps most of the weather just to our west on Wednesday, and I think probably the greatest threat for showers and thunderstorms could be over the western part of the state during the latter part of the day Wednesday. The trough goes on through by Thursday afternoon, so I think probably our biggest threat for rain will come Wednesday night and into Thursday. At least that seems to be the timing right now. And, of course, as James noted yesterday, that was changing a little bit. By Friday, we're back under another ridge as a new trough begins to develop in the northwestern part of the United States, and so that should keep us dry for Friday. So right now it looks like high school football games next week should be in great shape. By Saturday, the 11th, the trough over the northwestern U.S. is beginning to dig nicely into the central U.S., and that is setting up a new cold front across the central United States. The trough sharpens up nicely by Sunday, the 12th, and of course that means a very significant storm threat. And then look at those thicknesses with the 540 line coming all the way down into just about, almost northeastern Oklahoma. So certainly some interesting changes on the way. Now let's go out into Voodoo Land just a little bit here, and this is by the 18th, and we're back under a nice ridge, and that will keep us dry. And then by the 19th. As we get to the end of the period, it looks like the trough over the eastern part of the U.S. begins to sharpen up again, and what that means is another shot of cooler air, but it appears dry for the southeastern U.S. with not much moisture to work on. Well, certainly appreciate you tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. I'll be back with another one tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, around 8 o'clock or so. Hope that you have a great Saturday. Enjoy all of the outdoor activities today, whether it's Talladega Races, the Bluff Park Art Festival, or whatever you do, the weather's going to be beautiful. Have a great weekend, and God bless.